Hello everybody and welcome to High Button Sports here as we get set for another day and another game. This one will be Woodlawn Panthers taking on Dartmouth High School Spartans, and my name's Jeff Warber and I'm here with my partner in crime here, Matt Dooley. How we doing?
Not bad. Another day, little midweek hockey game. Never hurt anybody, hey?
Yeah, you got that right. As this will be the starting for us here, as Wednesday nights we might be having our home here at RBC Center, and I believe we got 10 games on the docket here at home for the Panthers, and exciting times for sure as puck drop in there. We are off to the races. Over into the left side here. That one's going to wrap in around. Picked up along the boys by McVicker. McVicker trying to play that out. Oh, no, big hit and a big penalty here to start. As that didn't take very long, just 16 seconds in. What are we thinking about that?
It's a quick whistle there, 16 seconds in. Get the first power play opportunity here. That'll get the special teams buzzing off the hop here.
So a little bit of history, if you're first time listening to us here on High Button, or if you're a high school fan. Last year here at High Button, we did the Nova Scotia High School Provincials on highbuttonsports.ca, and obviously that was an exciting time, picking up Woodlawn for the regular season, so that's also exciting. We're ready to get into it here. Like I said, opening home game. Nice jerseys out there as well. This one's picked up in front. Here come the Spartans. Down the right side, Walker. Walker's going to be pushed into the boards there by Coyle. Coyle and Walker go down. Played in here on the left side. Down the right now. Going to be in behind. Woodlawn here on the power play. Fished in behind. Grabbed now by White. Or by Coyle. Shot in to the netting.
So early on in the season, I'm not even sure if they've had time to work on the power play yet.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder how much time usually goes into practice when you're starting to see, your power plays and everything. How much time would you say is put into that, before you even start the season?
Probably touch on it a few times. You don't want to be caught in a situation where you're going to be handcuffed and not know anything at all, but, you assume a lot of the players would have had at least some sort of basic power play setup.
Yeah, I mean, a minute into this one and just 2 minutes into the season, really. Not much time here, to practice. It'll be interesting to kind of see. We have an offensive zone draw here and some last-second yelling here from the Spartan coach as that one's played back, poked that to the line, shot on to the left side. That one's going to bounce in along the end boards, moving around and trying to work that one up once more. It'll be chopped down here on the wall, and that'll go with the high stick. The distinction between the high sticking for touching the puck and high sticking to someone getting it in the face, that one will be just a whistle. RBC Center 3 here, or RBC Pad C, I should say, the home of the Mooseheads who are practicing, and they were here earlier today as well when I was here setting up just mere hours ago, getting their practice in. So this RBC Pad 3, I see some good hockey and excited to be broadcasting here. The High Button team, we've got our claws in around Dartmouth for sure, but not necessarily weekly at this RBC until now. So good to be here. Like I mentioned before, nice easy setup for us on High Button. That one worked up through the middle as we're still 28 seconds left on that initial penalty. Into the corner. Grab now, scooped back by Heaslip. He'll hand that off to his partner there, McVicker. McVicker trying to get up the left side, poking for it. Back in behind, that one's grabbed. A little hit there in front. Battling away, held in on the blue line, shot that one, catching a stick. Down the left side now, jockeying for position right here in front of us. Grabbed now by Woodlawn. Woodlawn here back to 5-on-5 in the feet, trying to hand that off to the right side. Couldn't quite get it to Coyle. Now down the left, spun around, pass. That one will head on back, and a hard slapper. That's going to miss the mark and go down in behind. Grab now by Gibson. Gibson snaps one up the right side, and back in behind once again. Spartans now looking to go to work. It's the captain in behind. Nice little dish pass in front. That one will be on and off in a hurry. This is also a rivalry game, which I'm sure we can get into as we go on, but you know, 2 Dartmouth schools. We got a full crowd here. That one grabbed now, back and behind. Woodlawn, head up, pass over to the left side, and a collision there at center. Once he had his eyes there, he was not taking them off, and a little bit here without a whistle. Back off into the corner. Gibson trying to get that out. It'll be worked up to White. White can't corral it. Trying to center back to White. White heads up, gets that pass over to the right side. Hits the stick there, Cormier. Cormier stepping in, moving around to the left. Stepping in with a hard shot. Touch to the middle and another snapshot. That one's gonna go just wide off the Spartan stick with the D-man stepping in, Matt Walker. Now a shot and covered up.
First 2 good chances there for Dartmouth after taking a penalty early on here. Lots of bodies thrown off early in this game. Love to see it.
Yeah, finishing their checks for sure. And as I mentioned, this is a rivalry game. I mean, I'm not a Dartmouth boy, admittingly. I'm a Bedford boy, and you admittingly as well, I believe, a Halifax. So it's kind of, you know, new blood to us here, seeing Woodlawn, who was formerly known as Prince Andrew, was it, I believe?
Andrew, yeah, I guess Prince Arthur would have been the junior high if I'm not mistaken. Should know that as a guy who was born in Dartmouth but grew up in Halifax, so there you go.
And now, like I said, and we're going against, obviously, Dartmouth High Spartans, so that's probably somewhat the reason why we have such a full crowd in here, and the home opener, you know, and it's right down the road, so nice early game, 5:37. We're off to the races.
Whoa.
That one's shot on, left out, and it's still going.
It could be full here, too, because word on the street is Dartmouth High School alumni Billy Hartley's going to be in the building tonight.
Okay, well, we're going to keep an eye out for Big Billy as the game goes on, that's for sure. Back up to the middle. Hand it off now to Stewart. Stewart, the D-man all alone. He'll take a bump and get a shot off. Stewart aside. Gets a bit of a reaction from the crowd as Landon Basso in the corner. Basso has been on high button streams before, and tonight is no different. Up through the middle, evading the check. Got that backside out, looking for maybe a hip check, but it'll fall back in behind. Oh, grab now along the boards. Schwartz. Schwartz trying to touch past that up the side. It'll be stopped up. Picked up by Abril. Into the skates once again down the right side. That one cleared in. Picked up along the end, boys, by McClellan. Turned over. Woodlawn now, left side, looking for that quick one in front, and it'll be stopped up. And we'll have a whistle on the play.
So Woodlawn's captain, Mitch Doucette, younger brother of Ty Doucette, former podcast guest for us, heading off to play college baseball. The name escapes me now. I should know this. If you'd like to check that out, head over to our podcast, wherever you get it, and take a look for the big Doucette here. I guess the middle Doucette, as Darren, the old man, would be the big one.
Yeah, you don't want to be taking that title away prematurely, that's for sure. The
Great baseball family, and now they're doing their thing on the ice here.
So the middle Doucette has been on high button before, and now the young one Doucette has been on high button before. So exciting times here for Woodlawn on high button as we start our partnership up. That one in behind, fanned on, turned over. Is not too much panic there by Gibson, though, as he'll just work it back around, pick up that puck, and continue where he left off, getting that up the left side. Here come the Spartans. Cut off there by Doucette. Up through the middle. Oh, nice layout hit there.
No shortage of
down
bodies
the
in
right
this game
side,
so far.
shot on, and that'll be covered up with 9 minutes to go in the first as we roll along pretty quick, as I must say so myself, as someone who has been to a couple hockey games in the past few weeks. This first period's rolling.
Yeah, I mean, it started out penalty right 16 seconds in, and then a few whistles right off that, and ever since then it's kind of just been high-flying hockey so far.
Yeah, that was a quick penalty for sure, and that one's back in behind now, trying to center it out. Spartans now up through the middle. That one's going to be right over that Moose logo, sent in behind and bounced off the boards, picked up by Eisner. Eisner trying to get that, gets it up to Smith. Smith can't get rid of it cleanly, and then it'll just be worked into the half wall there. Grabbed on the left side. Trying to pull back the other way. Woodlawn now gets a stick on it, going for a skate. Here's McKenna. McKenna pushed into the boards. Oh, and he takes a hard hit. And he'll be slow to get up, but he is getting up under his own power, so we'll continue on. Down the right side. Pushed off into the corner as, okay, looks like McKenna will be okay. Now a shot from down low.
Nice
Can't
stop.
go 5-hole. Right between the wickets they're looking, but won't go for them. Now down on the left side. Handed off Woodlawn. Worked on over into the back of the foot there. Grab now. Bryce Stewart trying to work that around. It's chopped up by Abril. Back in behind Woodland up the left side now. A nice little stretch pass over. We all saw him. He was open there. Schwartz with the move to the middle. Schwartz can't get the shot off. Backhand. It's in the feet and they score. And Dartmouth gets caught up in their own end. Schwartz makes the chance.
I'll start it back there with the breakout, man.
Look at this.
Tape-to-tape pass.
I want to make sure we get the right goal here. Kai Tobin looks to be the man to finish it off. That was a pretty clear breakout pass there through the right side, though, in the neutral zone, though. That one was pretty clear up here in the crowd, at least, and they delivered on it nicely.
Yeah, all starts with a clean breakout. That first pass from Doucette really made things happen there, and then that created that space for that second pass of the neutral zone. And Schwartz, I mean, what can you say about the play? He went in and made a couple nice moves, used his speed, and all of a sudden Woodlawn's on the board.
Kind of looked like he was cut off on the board there, but didn't give up on that puck, played it into the feet. And if that goalie's standing up with no butterfly and that puck's in the feet, you know the boys will be whacking away. And it worked out for them on that first goal of the season here for Woodlawn.
It's also the toughest puck to see for a goalie down in the feet like that through the mask.
Oh,
that's what
definitely.
I'm told anyway.
Those opportunities do not pop up many times in a game. Usually goalie's right on top of it. That one caught him off guard, and now Woodlawn's looking to work it back the other way. Nice little stick lift there by Cormier as it's set down, and some time bought here for the Spartans. Left side, a little fakey.
Good feet.
Handed off now, grabbed by Brown Rig, and a goal there as it's fired up again. McKenna, who had that hard play into the boards, will come back and finish it off 88. We'll make it 2-0 here, and Woodlawn definitely buzzing right here in the first period of their first home game. 6:26 left to go in our 15-minute frame.
Well, and that one, guess, is created by a forecheck. Jeff gets in there. Defenseman eludes one forechecker going back the other way. Didn't see the other one coming. Relentless pressure, turnover, back of the net. Can't draw it up any better than that.
Boom, and that's two quick ones in succession after it was pretty even. Oh, and a big layout hit there again. And sheesh, Studer, I mean, I was on U13 AAA this weekend, and, you know, hitting is like foreign concept to me in hockey after calling 17 of those games. These guys are getting right into it. That one from the point.
When you do that U13 league and then you come to this, you're almost looking for penalties every time
I
you
know.
a hit.
It's like that should be a body contact penalty. No, that's as clean as a hit as it gets. Back in behind. Ran off into the boards there. Spartans trying to get it out down the right side. It's chipped on by a little bit, trying to put it to the open area, but Spartans have numbers and they'll play it back into the corner here. Grabbed by McDonald. Back on through, touched up.
Real good pace to this so far, that's for sure.
Yeah, there hasn't really been many shifts off, we can say that much, in the first 10. Sometimes you'll have a few shifts that kind of get lulled back, but you can definitely feel the energy in this building and on the ice. That one back in behind. Woodlawn winning the possession game as it stands right now. Back to the line, kept in. Liney with a keen eye right at his feet. Played across. Spartans now trying to get a setup. Quick shot in front. Trying to corral that puck. It'll come back to Stewart. Stewart on the left side. Plays it down low. LaPierre. And behind to Clark Black. Woodlawn picking it up as Doucette gets it up the right side. Now lead pass in through the middle. Trying to kick it up ahead. Woodlawn. Good possession down here on the right side. Shot on. Save on McKenna.
Once again, another good quality scoring chance from a great breakout pass. It only takes one to get out of the zone. If it's a good one, he got a good shot at it.
Yeah, that breakout's looking pretty good right now for Woodlawn, and we're going to get a face-off here to the right side. McKenna certainly buzzing out there. I think I'm going to know that name pretty quick if he keeps playing like he has the first 10, and it seems like every little thing on the ice is getting a reaction out of this big crowd, I must say.
That's what it's all about, the home opener. First game of the year for both teams, I'm assuming, so I'm sure the anticipation for this has been real for these players. I know when I played, it was the first one for some reason just meant so much more than every other one, unless, of course, you're playing for a championship.
You got that right. I didn't play for too many championships in my day. I guess a couple here and there, but I know that this first game of the season, I played in many openers, and you want to, prove it to your teammates, prove it to your coach, but also when you're playing high school, you're trying to prove it to the fans in the stands, as these are the people you're with every day at school. It's just a bit of a different atmosphere in this league compared to some of the others, but I'm sure we can get into that. And that one looked like it may have been gloved, and they'll get the whistle there late. Good eye.
We call the hand pass.
Yep. Touched the glove, picked up on the other side, and whistled down with 3:50 to go. But like I was saying, I mean, the atmosphere of these high school, just on the ice, what we're seeing with the play, more aggressive, more fast-paced. Is that what you're seeing here? Or what are you thinking?
I think so far, for sure, in the first period here, it's definitely been wide-open hockey. I know Woodlawn's carried a little bit of the play here, but whatever Coach Tristan Hanson's saying in the dressing room seems to be working out for them so far, but there's lots of hockey to be played here.
That indeed, and I believe after the first period, we're just going to have a bit of a 30-second break, and then we're going to have the flood after the second for our 20-minute third. So for those of you keeping tabs at home, in 3 minutes and 34 seconds, we'll head into the second period, and then from then on, we'll play another period, and then we'll have our flood shortly after, as we're going to get a whistle here and a face-off here to the right. Spartans with a little bit of pushback after the two quick ones for Woodlawn. Trying to wrap that in along the boards. Far shot. Quick to that one with the blocker, and in behind, trying to stick handle over to the corner there is White. Lots of Woodlawn players coming in to support. I guess I can't refer to Woodlawn as Dartmouth for right now. Back and behind. Grabbed now by Eisner. Eisner up the left side, a little touch pass. Collision back and behind, but they'll continue on. Down the left side, stopped up. McClellan, the D-man, gonna go up the right side. Eyes up the whole time. Oh, and he ran one on the bar, and that was a pretty good shot. Back in here now for the Spartans. Near the ringette line, they're gonna battle for it. Oh, and a big layout hit there. And now a little extra from McKenna.
Referee gonna let them play here for the rest of it, I suppose.
Yeah, that first penalty, I guess, set the tone, but since then, been big hit after big hit. The arm staying down.
Heads up.
That one was a close one. Picked up now with speed on the right side. Trying to dish that in front. Cut off easily by Clark Black. Clark Black tries to find his winger, but caught up. Turnover through the middle of the ice there. You're going to want to take that extra second and not shoot that puck back, as that one touched up through the middle and held on onside. Spartans now working down the right behind the D. Shot on. Got in behind Ferguson there.
Great job to stay outside.
Ran into the boards. Down the right side, a collision again. Back in. Oh, laid out there, and now the arm goes up, and not too happy here from the crew and the up here, and boy, you can feel the energy.
I missed that hit, unfortunately. Right on the little bit of our blind spot there, down there on the left or the right wing coming out of the zone, but
yeah, every rink has its quirks. This one's a little tight to the wall here, so it was just kind of up high. I think they're gonna get him for it, and that'll just be 2 minutes in the box here for April. So 1:34 left to go in the first. Very quick first period here for us.
I think the gas from the crowd there was, they called the penalty after the hit was taken down here at the far side, and then there was a little bit of a retaliation, and then But that's usually how it goes. If you don't call the retaliation, usually the next big thing is what gets called. So.
Yeah, and I have a feeling it won't be the last time we hear from the crowd tonight, as that one's played over to the side, the wing, down low and behind. Picked up now, trying to center. Shot up the wall, that'll be sent the length of the ice. Now into our final minute of play here in this first period. That has flown by. Grabbed in behind. Woodlawn, handed off to the left side. Slowly rolling up the back end. Spartans just pick it up, are able to work it back in with ease. Gonna be Doucette grabbing. Doucette, time on ice leader here for us probably so far here in the first down the left side.
It's a big body to stop.
Spinning around there. Grabbed, looking for that lead pass. Handed off to Smith. Moved over to Coyle, left side shot. That one high rising with 4 seconds to go. Nearing the end of our first period, maybe chance for one more. Won't get it, and that'll take it to the end of the first. We appreciate you tuning in. We'll be back for the second here in just a few moments. All right, everybody, and we are back here with the second period of play. 15 fresh minutes on the clock. Like I said, it'll come after the second intermission, our flood, so it'll be about a 10-minute break when that time comes. But for right now, we're right back into it. 2-0 here, Woodlawn. Picked up on the left side. Gonna play that one in behind. It'll be grabbed. Touch back. Oh, nice little tic-tac play. Over to McKenna. McKenna down the right side. He'll take the shot, and it'll be saved by Peters.
Another clean break over here for the Panthers. That's 4 or 5 that I can remember clearly now. So obviously they've worked on that, or they've all just been experts for the last few years of the breakout. But successful breakout is 1-2 passes, a little low support, and they're getting out of the zone pretty easy here. So Dartmouth's going to have a hard time containing their offense if they can't keep them in the zone.
And some people have this notion like a breakout needs to be this big pass up the ice where you put it through someone's legs and his sticks and you know, it gets the big oohs and the ahs from the crowd. But we just saw a real nice play. 3 quick passes, snap passes to each other coming out of the zone, and it did the exact same job as a big pass up the middle with a lot less risk.
Yeah, the clean breakout is good pass and trying to attack with speed, right? If you're going to be able to get on the defenders as they're coming in, catch them flat-footed, clean breakout, rather, get in the zone and get to work, which is what they've been doing. So
see if they're able to keep up that sort of strategy as we go on here into the second period. Like I said, not much of a talking to from the coaches with the 30 seconds you're given. So we'll continue on here. Woodlawn intercepts that one, and a shot into the mesh. Power play is over, so we're back to even strength here. Shots 11 for Woodlawn, 9 for the Spartans. So pretty even here through one.
Yeah, I think the shots don't really tell the whole story, though, either, right? It's quality chances, and I think right now Dartmouth had a little bit of a pushback here, but Woodlawn's carried the dangerous chances so far.
2 power plays to boot as well. That one back in behind. McClellan on it, over to the right side, shot. Oh, and actually got a pretty good shot off there, just a few inches above that top bar as it's played back in behind. Oh, that one got by. The 2-9's going on it. Shot on, and a save there on Cormier is taking advantage of opportunities.
I guess where that play started, on the breakout.
Couple clean breakouts shown, and you know, it hasn't been a ton of time in the neutral zone. It's been more like offensive, defensive play for sure there in the first period, whether you're in the Spartans end or Woodlawn end. So some of the games it can really start played near that center ice dot. This one not the case here so far. As we were mentioning, those breakout passes have been working for both sides, so not much reason to stay in the middle of the ice. That one up the left side. Grabbed now by Coyle. Coyle tries to chop that one on. Centering pass, knocking it around. In the feet, scooped out now by Heaslip. Heaslip has that taken away into the corner. McClellan, good hard play. Spartans have a moment with it now up the ice. Gonna dish it to the right side. Grabbed by Basso. Basso bringing it over. Basso with an open shot. Oh, and that one hits the shaft of his stick. A little unlucky, trying to wire one and get that shot count up for his side.
Basso, one of the few former Dartmouth Voyageurs players playing in this game. Basso, Schwarz, and I believe Tobin, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, there's a couple of them out there for the Dartmouth side, and you know, we got to say, Dartmouth Voyageurs streamed on High Button Sports starting this upcoming weekend out of Cole Harbour Place. We'll have Chris Tracy, High Button Sports, on the call as he'll be covering the Voyageurs all season long. That one caught up to, nice centering pass. That went into the foot though, bouncing right back from Morrissey, and now up the right side, Spartans. Shot on into a shin pad into the corner there for Clark Black. Up the wall, that one will be sent down for an icing.
First whistle in a couple minutes here. Like I said, usually at the start of the year too, you know, you're talking about that neutral zone play. A lot of the times that's where it gets, you know, a lot of just the back and forth in the neutral zone. But these teams, man, it looks like they're ready to go here early on. And of course, there's a little more juice in the legs for the home opener, of course. So we'll see if they can keep this up the entire season, because if they do, they'll be in good shape.
Definitely both sides with a little juice in the legs, and you know, a big crowd here. Like I said, pretty much filled here, filled to the brim at the RBC Pad C, so plenty to play for.
Extracurriculars, here we go.
Yeah.
Oh.
Uh-oh, and is that a little tap on the head?
Yeah, you want to know what that's to signify?
What?
That you're not up here with me in height.
Oh, quick way to demasculate, is that the word I'm looking for? I think that's just a little mind game. We haven't seen too much after the whistle, actually. In between the plays, we've seen a lot of hitting, but after the whistle, hasn't been that much.
Let's keep in mind, too, a lot of these players probably know each other pretty well, right? Both Dartmouth schools, not that far from each other. And you know how it is these days with social media and stuff like that. It's pretty easy to be friends with pretty much anybody you want.
Yeah, especially playing, you know, higher level hockey growing up. You're going to know these names and you're going to know these guys on the ice, off the ice, and everything in between. That one worked into the corner. McVicker gets that back to the line, down the right side, hitting the stick of Cormier. Cormier trying to get spun around. Back in behind, it's going to be played over to Smith. Intercepted. Good chance here for the Spartans. Held on to. Still with the shot. Scores! In the back of the net off the stick of Matt Walker. Number 24, the D-man.
A bad turnover in a bad spot. You get a puck in the scoring zone from the other team, you're licking your chops there, and you can't really blame the goalie on that one.
That'll be 2-1. Right back in this game after giving up 2 quickly in the first period. 12-12 left to go here in the second period.
It was weird. It almost felt like it was the Spartans' home game here based on that reaction. At this point, it's hard to tell who's got more fans here.
Yeah, for real. And we know watching at home might be split down the middle. But if you're a Woodlawn fan, you can look forward to these games on every home game for the most part going forward on Wednesday nights. So we'll be right here on this channel. You might make sure to subscribe to High Button Sports and everything we're doing over here, and Keep an eye out for your Woodlawn Panthers. In front, that one's getting kicked around a little bit. Grab from the right side. Head down, hustling. Going to be cut up, but still worked up by Heaslip. Eventually passed over. Grab now by Dupuis. Dupuis trying to get that up the wall to Schwartz. Going to just fire that down low. How deep will this D-man go? And it looks pretty deep for McClellan. Centering pass. As the Spartans getting a little offensive zone time here. Picked up now, gaining center. Shot down, no icing. Bit of a funny bounce.
Knuckler.
Well, when we were playing toss the other day at the cottage, Duder, I faced your knuckler, and if anyone knows that sort of pitch or shot, that'd be you.
Yeah, that might have been the only one I ever actually got off, so I was happy you were able to be a part of it.
Back and behind, good hard work and play to cut up that one is McDonald for the Spartans, and the Spartans getting a little bit of momentum behind them now. Spartans back to the line for Basso. Basso gonna backhand that across, trying to find his man on the other side. Cormier will just be able to reach, and a big layout hit there. We got a good angle on that one. Up through the middle, that one's offside by a mile. McClellan.
You got to expect with the Panthers head coach, former QMJHL tough guy Tristan Manson, you got to think that he's going to have these Panthers playing pretty tough this year. And I know the game's changed quite a bit, and that role isn't really what it used to be, but you know, a lot of a hockey experience behind that bench. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what he's able to do in his first year behind the bench here.
I mean, it's not as prevalent as it used to be in hockey, but it's still certainly part of the game. So you're going to take any tip you can get on the physical side of the puck. That one brought in ahead. Kind of got held up a little bit down the left side, and running out of steam there is Smith. Back in behind, onto the stick of McKenna. McKenna shakes off a hit, and he'll look down, and maybe a few extra words down there. Picked up now by Smith as he's running into the boards, and now another hit. Worked up front, try to batter that around. Spartans now with it up the left side. Spartans with a semi 3-on-2, and behind the play, a penalty to Woodlawn. 200 feet away from the puck.
Coach not going to be happy with that.
No. Any day of the week, they're not happy with that one.
Only reason I know that, I've been in that situation tons of times before, and it's a retaliation that always gets called. It's just the way it is.
200 feet away from the play, like I said, and with 9:53 left to go here in the second. It says 3 up there on the clock, but you know here at High Button Sports, we got nothing but the right statistics for you. It is the second period, and power play opportunity here for the Spartans, trying to tie it up. Back and behind. Up the wall, that's touchdown to the line, the ringette line, and held in. Cutting to the middle, trying to get that shot off. Gonna elect to pull back there, Cormier. Cormier over there to Walker, our goal scorer Walker. Shoots it down to the opposite corner, tipped off in front, and scooped up there by Sean Flynn, I believe, number 30 down there.
Now the shots have flipped now, 14-12 here for Dartmouth, so a little bit of momentum. Like you said, it's crazy what a first goal will do.
So 9:25 left to go in the second, 1:32 on the power play. Shot on into the opposite corner. Collision down there still, nothing will come of it as Woodlawn, oh, was that after the play again? What's going on here? Did you have a better eye on that than I did, dude?
Another retaliation penalty down in the corner. He got taken out, got up, whacked the guy. Ref was right there.
And that's going to be Woodlawn again. Back-to-back retaliation penalties.
Although Coach Tristan Manson doesn't look too happy with the call. Maybe we did miss something, which does happen. But down in those close corners where we have the fans right up here on the balcony, sometimes it just gets a little tougher to see. So
yep.
Keep the camera there and hope for the best.
And a little tummy sticks going on here.
Crowd's into it now, a little more. Hey?
Tummy sticks, yeah, crowd's into it. Tummy sticks, also known as kind of interacting or being friendly with the other team during the ice setting or when you're on the ice, you know.
Thank you for clarifying.
Everyone's got their opinions on it. I know you out there back in the day, though, dudes. The only tummy stick you'd be doing is a spear to the midsection.
That's definitely not a fact, and you have nothing to back it up.
Picked up now. Back in behind is Basso. Up Up the left side now, gonna bring that over the blue line himself, drop pass. So now it's a 5-on-3 and a golden opportunity here for the Spartans to try to tie this one up about halfway through this game. Held on to with lots of time, shot low off the stick of Walker into the left side, picked up by Basso. In behind, chopped that in a big clear here. 42 seconds left on the 5-on-3. As Coyle able to get that out. Coyle, kind of a quiet game here so far, but playing pretty good in my estimation. Up the left side. Trying to center, won't get that cleared away, and it'll finally come over to the right side to Stewart. Stewart holds on to it. Stewart tries to get that pass across, a risky pass. I mean, could be considered the right play if you get it across because he didn't have much of a shooting angle, but now they're gonna have to retreat all the way back. 14 seconds left on the 5-on-3.
Prime example of a stick in a passing lane.
Makes all the difference. Back in behind to the blue line. Lots of movement there by the hips by Stewart as he gets to the middle, over to the right side. A little ricochet pass to Basso. Swept at. Up the right side now and in front. Grabbed by Stewart. Stewart trying to pass it back and a bad turnover. Picked up now, Woodlawn in front, holds on, shot, and bailed out by the goaltender as Peters there for it. Now in front again, Woodlawn, as they get one out of the box. It'll be 5-on-4, 13 seconds left on the 5-on-4 too, so Woodlawn close to getting away with this one. Guy in the back, a little slow rolling in as it's 5-on-3. You gotta hustle back into that play.
You're looking for the breakout pass.
So now we're back to 5-on-5. Spartans still leading in the shot column here. 7 minutes left to go here in the second, and this game is just flying by. Down the right side. Back in behind. It's picked up along those end boards. Spartans kind of stop up. Hand it off now. Averill. Back up to Doucette on the other side here for Woodlawn. Doucette tries to get that to Coyle. It's touched. McKenna, he kicks it up ahead. Spartans picking up on it, but now it's in his feet again. Cameron McKenna down the right side. He makes a move across. McKenna gets held up, and the arm doesn't go up by the referee. Swallowing the whistles on that one. As definitely looked like he had that arm held a little bit on the cut to the net, but we'll continue on here. Down the right side. Sent in behind. Picked up by Woodlawn. Knocked off into the boards. A little hit. Back on it. Chipped off down low. Looking for that centering pass. Still moving up ahead. Not really working with much urgency as it's sent back the other way for the Spartans. Clark Black holds on to it, but it'll just be guided into the glove, and we'll have our first whistle here in a few moments. Now they're fixing up those periods up there, as it was saying third period all period long, but now it's back to 2, so proper periods for the big crowd here. Grab back to the blue line, handed across. That one high shot and had eyes. It's getting chopped around in front. Could have been a high stick, but stays out anyway. Back in front towards the middle. Stick handling down the right side. Cut off on the wall. Held on to now. Back to the blue line. Spartans, despite not being on the power play anymore, some good pressure, but now Woodlawn the other way, and they got them caught in behind. 2-on-1. Held on to. Cut to the middle. Shot. That one pushed off into the corner. Chases it on rebound from a sharp angle.
Nice pass.
Lead pass ahead. Spartan, lots of time to poke that one away. Lead pass again. That one hits the skate inside the zone, so it will be no icing. Touched up ahead here for Brownrigg, and now he goes down, and that'll be a penalty there with 4:48 to go in the second, and it'll be power play time here for Woodlawn once again as they look to restore their 2-goal lead.
Yeah, after giving one up here and actually kind of taking a back seat here in this period so far, it's been a nice opportunity to try and get back in to the swing of the momentum.
Definitely. if they can get this one back and restore that 2-goal lead, then the momentum, all the way back in their corner, and you can kind of just pretend like this second period didn't happen.
Keep coach happy too. You get that goal back after a big kill in the 5-on-3 and 2 retaliation penalties, and I mean, you'll remember it, but it'll be a little easier to swallow if you can pull it off here at the end of the second.
4:28 left to go here in the second period. 1:38 left on the power play. They're going to work it up the left side here. Doucette played that back down low. Grabbed by Tobin. Kai Tobin in behind. He'll be cut off along the wall. Held on to. That one's down in the ringette line. Doucette shot that one off the back of the foot there and kicked aside by Stewart, the D-man. Stewart now with it. Up the wall near the blue. Held on to, backhand. Taking a bump, not much of one though. 57 seconds remaining on this power play. Woodlawn need to kind of direct that puck towards the net a little more here. Cut off in the middle. Into the shin pad, spin around. That one will catch the pants, and we'll get a whistle here.
Nothing I like more than the old one-knee block, I'll tell you that much. Something small like that can really give your team a big boost, and the goalies love you for it for sure.
Yeah, the one-knee block, not something you really see too much. You got to have good balance for it, so I guess people don't risk it as much as maybe just going down on your stomach or standing up totally tall. But the one knee keeps you a little more mobile, and you can spread out nicely with that big twig.
Blocking shots is an art form of the game. You can laugh if you want, but it's true. And the really good ones are able just to kind of control exactly where they're being hit. So,
yep, there's a couple of legends who are really good at shot blocking at the higher level. A couple of Chris Russell, I believe he had the shot blocking record, former Oiler. Got to watch him block many shots as an Oiler fan. Hal Gill, former Montreal Canadien.
The human blanket, as they say.
That guy was an absolute machine at it. 14 seconds remaining in this power play. 2:59 left in the second period. Grab now Woodlawn up the left side. Not much going to come of that power play, so it'll remain 2-1. Spartans definitely looking a little more comfortable here in the second period. Penalty killing power play and 5-on-5. Held on to in the corner. Spartans now looking for that bounce pass. They're going to get it up the left side. Picked up in on net here, Giles. Giles back in behind, tied up. Held on to, looking for the wraparound. Oh, was there for half a moment. Won't get it. Woodlawn now hauled down. Up ahead, and Brownrigg. Couple stick lifts. Big body, he slipped. Able to get that one up the right side. Picked up, shot on, and it'll just be covered up with 2:01 remaining in the second.
So the pace slowed down quite a bit so far, in my opinion, in this game. Obviously, you're going to come out just absolutely hum-firing there in the first period. You'll come out and you see the seats all filled up. But these teams are still trying to get used to their own teammates, let alone playing against other teams in the league. So I'm sure it'll pick back up here again in the third.
Yeah, and they'll get that little break. We'll get a fresh sheet of ice, but you aren't wrong by saying that. The pace has definitely slowed a little bit here as the game's gone on. Grabbed here, back to the line, picked up McDonald. She'll shoot that one wide. It'll come around for Gibson. Gibson fires that off into the opposite corner. Try to play behind, turned over by Woodlawn, but then back over. That one's going to bounce off the boards to Kennedy. Kennedy gets it as far as center before the Spartans touch it back in. Down the right side, Cormier. In on the wall, and not quick enough on that puck as it just catches glass and will be sent out. Under 90 seconds to go here in the second. Picked up, played in behind now. Grabbed at the wall, back to Woodlawn. They're going to just put it into a semi-safe area there. Touched back over. Ooh. Ferguson, he takes a bump. Spartans player sitting in front. Sent up high and comes down. Spartans, sharp angle, stays out. Final minute of play here in the second period. Zamboni getting ready there. Back in the feet. Sent in around on the corner. Grabbed over to Woodlawn. Touched up. Heading off the other way, left side. Stick handling through. Backhand, and that one's just going to be stopped in its tracks by our goaltender, Flynn.
One thing I really like that the Panthers have done here so far is they have an opportunity through the neutral zone. They look up, they don't see an option. Instead of just dumping it in and giving it back to the team, they're swinging it back to the far D. They're trying to open things back up and get a neutral zone breakout, or worst case, just inside their own zone breakout going. So a little bit of hockey IQ maybe from the coaching staff down there. Not going to give them too much credit just yet.
Definitely notice that as well, though, using their defense more than you might see during some of these games, getting everyone involved, moving that puck around. 17 seconds remaining in this one, down the right side. That'll just be chipped up ahead. Played back on, final 10 seconds here. So everyone getting ready to go outside for some fresh air at the end of this one. And with 2 seconds, that'll do it. So the end of the second period, we got ourselves a close one here, Duder. 2-1 the score here for the Panthers over the Spartans. We'll be back shortly with the third period. Go grab a snack, take a washroom break, and don't miss this third period. All right, everybody, we are back here with third period action between Woodlawn and the Spartans. Clock getting reset here. There'll be 20 fresh minutes on the clock here, so 5 minutes longer than the last ones. Do you think that has any significance, dudes, or what? You ever played these kind of split games where they mix you all up? Flood here, no flood there.
I think that kind of started in maybe Pee Wee or Bantam, I guess would be U13 or U15 for anybody that doesn't like when we use those terms. But I think the longer period fires the players up, in my experience. You love having a little extra more time. That means a couple more shifts for you.
Yeah.
You know, a couple more opportunities to toe drag out there. So it's definitely overall a good thing, I think.
Yeah. And that one worked into the corner here early, and it'll be wrapped back in around. Back up the left side, kept in and fired down by Giles. Tries to get that out, but Woodlawn will pick it up now. It'll be a foot race for it. Grabbed on the right side, gonna hold off, kind of shimmy shake into the corner there. Back and behind, still fighting for it. Captain here for the Spartans. McVicker up the middle. Left side, he'll take a bump in. He'll go down and back up. That captain mentality where you can't be caught lacking, as the kids would say. Back up here on the right side, Woodlawn continuing on, poked off the stick there as the kids start to roll in behind us, and the arm goes up.
Cross-checking call.
Cross-checking. What did you see on that one? I had missed that one with the young guns walking behind me.
I don't like to comment too much on the reffing, but of all the things that, they let go in the game so far, I thought that was a little bit chintzy, but
okay.
You know what? It's, once again, we always say reffing's a thankless job, and without them, the game does not go on, so I won't harp on it too much. I'm probably the same thing when I'm out there reffing. I'm sure people are saying the same thing about me.
Oh, yeah, I've seen you miss a couple icings.
Oh, absolutely. Keep the flow of the game going.
Back and behind. We've got a great flow here. I mean, I've mentioned it multiple times, but I think it's worth mentioning, especially for, the first game of the year. Flow's been pretty good. We hit a bit of a lull there in the second, but all in all, been impressed. McVicker with the shot on, or McKenna, my mistake, with the shot on, and it hit the shoulder. Now centering, McKenna again, shot. Oh, and a golden opportunity in front. And we'll get a whistle here with 40 seconds gone on that power play, so at least one good opportunity here on the power play so far.
I'll touch back right about the 20-minute periods too. Never got a chance at the time, but when you're the team that's leading, especially by one, those extra 5 minutes really start to get to you.
Definitely. The difference between the other side and your side, where you're saying, this is when we got to do the 20, or, okay, this might be the difference maker for us, is pretty wide, especially when you're got the scoring discrepancy. That one back and behind, and it'll be left to off there by Schwartz. Grabbed him behind, up the left side wall, tipped off to the middle. Gonna have to foot race for that one. Grabbed nicely there by Schwartz. Adriel Schwartz gets that up to Mahoney. Trying to shoot that on. 51 seconds remaining in that power play, and it'll be covered up. Not much going on here on the power play aside from that one chance in front by McKenna.
Doucette just logging a ton of minutes out here in this one. It's funny, he was, I can remember him running around the fields as the bat boy for the Dry back when I first started playing ball there for the first couple of years, and now he is about 6'4", so time has definitely flown by.
Now he could probably remember you running those bases, young guy.
Yeah,
there.
Definitely not going to ask him what he remembers.
Back and behind, grabbed by the Panthers. Up the left side, going for a skate here. Schwartz continuing to go big on offense, back to Doucette, who scores.
Speak of the devil.
From the point, and he must have heard us. And that'll be a big one here on the power play with 24 seconds remaining in the power play, and that'll be 3-1 for the home side here, Panthers.
A great job on the zone entry there. That play doesn't happen unless he gets that extra step at the blue line. You see a lot of players make that, we'll call it a mistake, I guess, to be blunt about it, but get up to the blue line and start to look for your opportunities. But take that extra step, get the blue line, get set up, get inside the offensive zone, and then get to work there. And that's exactly what they did. And Doucette was wide open in the slot, so licking your chops on that one.
Yep, scoring help from the back end. You'll take it. Spartans in the front shot. Oh, and Basso had almost got it right back, but all over it, Flynn, and whistled down here. Just a few minutes into the third period. Big goal here, though, at the start of the third to restore that 2-goal lead. And, you know, the captain showing up in the first game. He's, like you said, logged some minutes, thrown some hits, scored a goal. What more can you ask for other than a victory, which hopefully will come for them in 17 minutes. Spartans want to have something to say about that as they work that one in. It'll be played off into the right-hand side here. Mahoney try to get that freed up. Good active stick, swept down, shot, and they score. And McKenna off the turnover, top right, and just like that, 4-1 coming out of the gates hot.
Yep, bang, bang goals right there, right back in a 3-goal lead here. So,
wow, and what a start to the period. Couldn't have drawn it up any better for Woodlawn. And now down the right side, it'll be up to the Spartans to use the 16:37 remaining to score at least 3 more.
tough task, but lots of hockey left here. 20-20 are the shots, so
yep.
Trading chances back and forth here. It could go either way at this point.
Well, the Spartans look good there at the end of the second period, so they definitely have shown they're able to play here. It's just about momentum now, and if they're able to kind of swing that back in their favor, obviously one here in the next few seconds would go a long way. That one's sent in and covered up.
Should be mentioned the play of the goaltender, Flynn. Not that the goaltender for the Spartans is a slouch, but Flynn's been taking a lot of point-blank chances here, and he's been able to, you know, when they come in the onslaught and a bunch of shots in a row, it's good to make a few saves there and really give the team confidence in front of you.
Grabbed him behind and try to spin that around. It'll head back to the blue line and come on out. Walker, Matt Walker, who has a goal here, backhands that up ahead, down the left side, shot on. That one gonna be a rising puck and it'll come all the way back down. Chop to keep in. Handled on the other side. Sanford goes down. Picked up by Sanford now, and quick clear out near the blue line. Pulled back in behind Walker. He'll hold on to it. Cut to the right side, finding some open room. Now right again. That one stick lifted by Doucette and worked over. Chop behind the back. Comes over to Coyle. Yeah, that'll be sent down. Grabbed by Abril. Up the left side. Spartans with possession. Get that stick in there. Spartans trying to wrap around. Held on, and it'll be punched out to the middle. Freed up for a moment. Kept in with the backhand for Gibson. Back down low to Cormier. Cormier steps in front, shot. Nice save there by Flynn. Another chance, still loose in front.
Exactly what I'm talking about.
Paint. Yeah, and like you said, that is what you were talking about. A big save there with 15 minutes. So now we're officially down to what we saw in the first 2 periods in terms of time on. So making good on that extra 5 minutes is Woodlawn as they put 2 on the board, and now 15 remaining. It's up to the Spartans. Back in behind, Spartans head up, looking for that outlet. That one's gonna come hit the boards. It won't be an icing as it's tipped on the way in. It'll be grabbed by Dupuis. Dupuis around the right side to the line, handed off. Grabbed now by McVicker. Grabbed just across, and here come the Panthers from the back end. Oh man, and some type of collision there at center as everyone gets in on it.
Looked like a yard sale.
Holy, we're not talking skiing here, but you're right, that is a yard sale. And I don't think anything will come of it, but it's funny.
Just an icing.
Just an icing indeed. 6:36 Atlantic Daylight Time. As getting near the end of our first game here in the high school for our 2023-2024 Woodlawn Panthers. That one up the right side, going to be near the blue line, sent in behind. Wrapped in around to the corner. Played back, shot on, and to the mask and covered up. Taking no risks right now.
No, Flynn keeps making that first and second save here. And like I said, you get a goaltender back there kicking them out 1 and 2, 3 in a row. And you're going to give your team a ton of confidence going in to whatever shift is after that, for sure.
Trust me, buddy, as an Oilers fan, I know all about the difference goaltending you can rely on can make, and the big games or the big moments when they come up to the plate, that just goes such a long way. And that's kind of what we're seeing here from Flynn and net and from Woodlawn, who, you know, had less shots, but are up by 3 goals. That one sent back the other way, and it'll roll in for an icing, man. And now we're getting whistle after whistle here as the flow slowed down just a tad. Couple icings.
Yeah, well, when you're up by 3 goals here, you're not really trying to take too many chances here. So the Panthers right now are just exiting pucks from the zone. Dartmouth's going to try and stretch things out here as the game goes on because, you know, 3 goals, you kind of need to be quick with it here, especially when you're playing against a tough goalie.
Face off coming here to the right. Grabbed and pulled back, trying to dish that up near the hash marks. Woodlawn able to pick up on that. Little touch pass towards the middle now, going for a skate here is Schwartz. Up the left side, that one won't go for an icing. It'll be chased after, back and behind by Walker. Walker now with it. Played back to the blue line. Fired in around near the ringette line on the right side. That'll just wrap around the other end. So back and forth in the Spartans' end right now. Using that ice to try to create chances, but it'll be up to the Spartans up on the left side. Stepping in. That one fired a couple feet wide on the right side. Picked up by the Spartans. Stepped on with a hit there by Sanford. Back and behind. Oh, a chop pass.
Not going to have enough.
No. As it is going to have enough. It looks like they're going to get it. Oh, and the ref now making some motions with the hands. Okay, it's just about switching the players off on that icing.
Yep. Not sure how fresh that rule is in this league, but one of the tougher jobs for the linesman. It needs to be mentioned to remember exactly who's on the ice here. The one thing I was going to say about that icing, if players stop skating, that's kind of what it's not really a rule, but generally on your opinion, you go, okay, if he stops skating, he's not hustling for the puck, we're going to wave it off. So I guess what I'm telling you is I wouldn't have called that.
Okay, that's what I like about having a ref up here in the booth. I'm just, I guess, casual watcher / announcer here of hockey. I don't have that inside expertise, but I can call that an icing. I'll be back in the other way, and holy crap, the icing's just rolling in here in the 3rd period.
Yep, getting the puck out. We're not taking any chances here, and these things are going to happen. Eventually, one of them is going to connect here at some point.
Back in the other way here, so we get set up. Grab now by Doucette up the right side, trying to get that squared away to the middle. It'll be picked up over the red line and flicked on down, and lots of Spartans players down there to pick it up as Woodlawn getting the change in. Down low, will hit. Stepping up on it there on the right side. Now we're gonna get spun around here. Down the right side again, into the corner for McVicker. McVicker tied up. Grab now is Cormier. Centering pass. Grab now by Woodlawn into the feet. Looking to connect and get it open. You see how many of those Woodlawn players are sitting back. They're only playing 1 man high, which is why we're seeing these icings, and we're seeing so many. And that one's turned over in front, Basso, and he'll go chase his puck. Good job there by McPhee, and it'll be sent down for the save. You know, you make the mistake if you can make up for it. Is the coach still as mad at you, or what's the deal there, dude?
It's depending on the magnitude of the said mistake. It'll be mentioned, but a lot of the times, you know, you don't want to mention something for nothing, right? No sense being constantly down the players' throats about something that ended up turning out in your favor, right? So it's a fine line.
even in my beer league, if I have a turnover, I'm going after that thing. You don't want to be looked at as a weak link, and certainly good job chasing that for McPhee to make up for that one in the middle. And, you know, business as usual here for the Woodlawn. Spartans back on the blue line. Well, a little too much mustard on that pass as it hits his man in the pants, but it'll stay up there in the corner. Now grabbed. Oh, and I just smelled some nice sun chips, buddy. Oh, supper's waiting, but we're going to have to wait a little longer as a shot that just slips through. And it might be number 21, Kai Tobin.
A tough break for the Dartmouth goaltender. It's a tough one to give up.
Yeah, that one definitely slipped through the cracks.
But that's hockey, baby. Get it to the net, never know.
That's hockey indeed, and that'll be 5-1 here with 11:16 remaining.
So now we'll see if things get a little more chippy, or if we still see the Spartans trying to amount the comeback here.
Grab now on the right side and a pullback play by McClellan. And along the wall, Clark Black trying to get that up ahead. It's a couple stick lifts down the wall for Lapierre, who tries to shoot that in and covered up. 10:57 remaining here in the third. And a greasy old coffee sip to boot.
It's actually coffee, half hot chocolate.
Oh, man.
Not allowed to have coffee after 6.
Back and behind. Touched up, 2-on-2. Down the left side, that one will just be fired off into the shin pad. Looking for that wraparound. Nice job getting the skate there is Peters. Lapierre now. Chip that up ahead. Bryce Stewart in the D-man way and low. Shot up towards the middle, and that one will get by, and now gonna try to get to it near center. Pushed off the puck. Grabbed by Mahoney. Mahoney moving around.
Nice pass.
Gets that one over on the right side. A little time and space for the Spartans, and they'll try to get it through the middle. McKenna will pick it off. McKenna, who's looked real good tonight, takes a shot, and that'll be covered up.
Goalie just tried to play that there, and he saw that Woodlawn was changing, I think, and looked back and only saw the one white jersey coming in, or the two white jerseys. Tried to move that back up ice, keep the flow going.
Yep, and 10:03 remaining here in the third. 28-22 the shots. So halfway through our third period. Pushed on up on the right side here for the Spartans. They're gonna get past the red line into the corner. Now laying out the hit, freeing up the puck for Woodlawn, and Woodlawn looking very comfortable right now. Touching that one up through the middle, oh, and it'll be spun out. Continuing on. Right side. Back the other way for Basso. Basso into the corner. Pushed off. Woodlawn gonna corral that puck, or at least pinch it up along the boards and getting some help. So they're kind of looking here down deep in the corners. The help coming from Woodlawn before it's coming from the Spartans in the offensive zone. What does that tell you, dudes?
Just tells me that the Panthers are first on the puck here, and looks like the Spartans are just trying to get that puck to bounce out into the slot area. But in order for that to happen, you kind of have to have possession first. But you know, at the same time, it's pretty deflating. You come out and you give up 4 at the start of the third after just regaining your momentum there late in that second period, and they just got to find it here. There's still lots of hockey to be played, and to sit here and say that they can't score 4 goals in 9 minutes is a little bit ridiculous, but they're out shooting them, and they're down by 4, so
yep.
Hockey's a funny game sometimes.
It only takes one to really get that momentum going again here, and like I said, they are playing in the offensive zone here. Back in, held off here by he slipped, shot on. It'll be into the corner there for White. White grabbed. Spinning around, back in behind a Cormier. Trying to get that centered. Woodlawn gonna grab it and looking for that outlet pass quickly into the skate and trying to keep it in. Yep, he got that right. And played back in behind. Grabbed now by Giles. Giles from the back end, stopped at the ringette line. Chipping it up in behind, grabbed by Eisner. Conrad Eisner passes that one down. No icing as we are inside, or just about to be inside, 8 minutes remaining. Picked up now Spartans. Between the legs, grabbed by Woodlawn. Near center, and that will go for an icing.
Yeah, you got to take those extra few steps, gain that red line, and get it in, because especially with that new rule where you can't change on the icing, especially if you're tired, you know. I know it sucks sometimes. You have to get up to that red line, potentially take a hit to make a play, but, you know, if you're trying to get a line change going, that's necessary. And honestly, you'd be a big fan of the coach if you do step up there and take that hit.
Yeah, that is true, and it was just a few strides away from that not being an icing, but it will be worked into the zone and grabbed by Walker. Sent on down, LaPierre. Over on the boards, hit. Trying to get it freed up, sent down. And it'll be another one for us here. 7:48 left to go here in the third.
Wonder, you know, I'm assuming the message in the dressing room here was just get pucks out, off the glass, take no chances, but.
Pucks in deep, definitely. What was your first hint there?
On the
on the message in the locker room, was it the 12 icings, or was it the or was it the 4-man in deep? They're in their own zone. That one shot on, looking for a rebound, and that one almost bounced in for the Spartans. Ooh. Sent up ahead, Stewart, elects to hold on, and nothing will come of it. I actually didn't mind that hold on. He had the kind of like the fake pass, but just wasn't able to get those hips squared.
Just trying to eat some ice, wait for his teammates to get in position, but
yeah,
a good job by the defender there. As soon as he saw the eyes turn the other way, he pounced on it and caused a turnover, so great defensive play.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good way to put it. Trying to eat some ice as when you're on the ice, you kind of know that half step, it looks like nothing to us up here, but when you're playing, you know, okay, if I give this guy just half a second more, he'll be in the perfect position. It didn't work out for them there, but I liked where his head was at.
Agreed.
Back, grab near the ringette line, holding on and moving back down low for Walker. Still in the corner, trying to get that. He's got a stick in his midsection, played off to the left side. Trying to get that across. It'll hit a stick, go over to Gibson. Gibson just chips that on down. Going to come back to Gibson on the blue line, and that one's fired into the Woodlawn bench.
See, one thing I will say, I know there's lots of icings, but that does say a lot about this Spartans team here. It means they're containing the puck inside the Panthers zone and causing them to, I'm not going to call it a panic, because neither one of those icings has just been a holy moment and just fire it down the ice, but, you know, they're out shooting Woodlawn 30-22 here. So
yeah.
Once again, the scoreboard doesn't always tell the perfect story.
It does not. This is a good example of it, but I do agree with what you're saying, you know. It's one thing, we watch a lot of hockey here. It's one thing to rag the puck. It's another to, you know, at least continue to get chances despite them not going in and playing well in the offensive zone. That one's grabbed now, and whistle goes.
Or lack thereof, I guess. A little bit weak, but does happen every now and then. You go to hit that whistle and you just miss it a second. And it's funny too, sometimes, you know, the parents will whistle, or there'll be a whistle through the rink and you're not really sure, and all of a sudden you get the big aggressive whistle from the linesman and everybody kind of panics.
Well, sometimes you play on the tinier rinks too. Like, you're talking Centennial, you could hear someone, you know, pass gas in the corner in that rink, so
from the
any sort of whistle is going to get the play to stop.
Oh.
Diving out for that one. Oh, big layover hit. That'll be an interference for sure. I don't know how there's any complaining with that one, as player did not touch the puck and was laid out. So 2 minutes in the sin bin.
Yep. Go to the penalty box, serve your 2 minutes, you feel shame, and then you are free. One of the best scenes ever from a hockey movie. Slap shot, if you're unfamiliar.
There you go. It'll be nightly viewing for our viewers at home. Slapshot, an all-time classic.
So Coach Tristan Manson just going to keep pumping out the PP1 unit here for Woodlawn. Get them in some good habits, maybe get them clicking. Special teams a big part of the game these days.
Definitely, and stepping out in front. That one will be played back to the line, picked up by Coyle, shot on, covered up with 1:47 remaining on that power play, 5:37 in the period.
Getting an ice time tracker on Doucette here, man. This is
I know. I was thinking that in the first period, let alone the third, when you're up 4.
But you know what they say? Play good, get rewarded, get your best guys out there all the time.
Yes, sir. And Doucette's had a good first game here as captain of the Panthers. Down low. Pushes that into the corner. He'll be the first man to it with plenty of room in front of him. Grabbed and now going for a skate. Up the left side. Drop pass.
Great
Gets
play.
it off. Right there to ringette line. Shot on. That one whistling by. Picked up on the other side by Woodlawn. To the line. Shot down low in the corner. That one's going to bounce off those end boards.
He's going to have to press him now. He's caught flat-footed.
Oh, yep, and here we go. Off on the break here. Spartans hold on, and they score. Between the legs of the goaltender, and that'll make it 5-2. And a nice little hezzy-hey move there in front. Puts it in the back of the net.
Yeah, it was a tough play there for Doucette. We just pumped his tires for 2.5 minutes, but he had to make a decision. It was either pinch, try and keep up, or backpedal and get burned probably anyways. So he tried to poke the puck off the stick. It got poked by him. It was actually a really good play by the Dartmouth forward, and makes no mistake there on the little fake back to the forehand and goes 5-hole.
Yes, sir. That one will look nice on the high button highlight reel at the end of the year. But right now it's 5-2 with 4:45 to go, and Spartans trying to claw their way back into this one late. Picked up, held on to, grabbed, still 46 seconds of power play time for Woodlawn. Up the right side, it'll be touched, so no ice. Good
Great
job
call.
getting a stick on that by McKenna. Low shot, that one just steered on by. To the line. Some semi-active sticks down there in the corner. It'll come up in near center. Cut off on the wall, head up pass there. Spartans up the right side. In ahead is Cormier. Cormier centering, held on to. Goalie in the Dirty Bird. That one comes on back to the line here for Walker. Shot on and covered up. Oh, gonna leave it. Probably a good veteran play by the goaltender, trying to get the icing though. It'll head back the other way.
Just a little too much sauce on that pass, that's all.
Yep. Now you can see it pretty clear cut off the right side here. They're firing it up the boards. That winger is right near the red line, and they're usually stretching up, just trying to get a touch on that puck to negate the icing, but they're not really worried about getting possession or anything. We've seen that the past couple times. It's worked. It hasn't, but decent strategy nonetheless.
The other thing being up at the outside the line does is it pulls the offensive D out of the zone because you can't leave them, right? So you eliminate that pressure and that pinch right at the blue line by doing that. Yeah, it's risky, but when you're up 3 late, it's a little bit less risky, I guess, less rewards. We got the goalie pulled.
Yeah, I was about to say, goalie pulled here with 3:29, so.
Snuck that by us.
Yeah, exactly. Spartans, you know, going all out here to keep it PG, but putting it all on the table, and that'll be covered up with 3:19 to go. But that is something. Do you think that after we saw, you know, a couple icings at the start of this period, they were saying, okay, we like what we're doing here, but let's try to put this winger up high so we can start negating some of these? Is that something the coach is telling the players? Is that something that the players are picking up on? Is that us overthinking it here in the booth? What do you think?
You know what, it might be a little bit of all of them. I'm not sure that the clear message is let's stretch it out here when we're only up. Because you got to think, it was in the intermission. There's no way only up 1 or 2 goals that he's just going to say, hey, let's stretch things out here and fly the zone with leaving our goalie out to dry. But the players talk along the bench a lot, right? And you know, not every instruction comes from the coach, so especially not at this age.
Yeah.
So it's maybe just something they picked up on, and they're flying with it.
It's a good point. A lot of that communication between teammates is key to a successful season, as that one's shot in. Locked out in front there by Giles. He'll be slow to his feet, but the big man plants himself right back in front, and now he'll go off for the change. Woodlawn into the feet, freed up for a moment. Up ahead, moving around with the toe drag, shot scored and iced off by Adriel Schwartz, as it'll be 6-2 with 2:30 remaining.
Showing off the silky smooth hands there. Went to go for the fake shot in the neutral zone. Defender bit, little toe drag, and away he goes. Now pulled goalie, but you know, there was still some skill on display.
There you go.
Not sure how I forgot that word, but here we are.
Here we are indeed, and here we are at the end of this one here. Me and Duder will be back on the call here on highbuttonsports.ca this Friday for the East Hants Junior B Penguins with a new fresh signing coming into an already 8-1 team, and that'll be fun, absolutely. And then we head into the weekend here for High Button with plenty of U15, U16, and U18 action as we're bringing it all to you this Friday, Saturday, Sunday on the High Button Sports channels. You can check out the team websites, or you can email around, figure it out, the teams that will be streamed, as we usually, when they're playing there, they'll have the links next to the games. The High Button Gulls, the High Button Wolverines coming on as well, High Button Rage. So basically what you got to do is search up High Button and then the team's name, and then you'll be directed to all the games. This weekend as well, the Sackville, or the Kings, we'll call them, High Button Kings, playing again, and it's exciting times as hockey is in full swing once more. 90 seconds to go here. That one's sent on, kicked aside. Grabbed there on the left side for Basso. We start out September saying, oh, hockey's right around the corner. And then by mid-October, every team is made up and the regular season has started. So that's kind of the point we're at now. And another exciting season upon us as we head into the winter months. That one grabbed. And speaking of those winter months, dudes, I see you rocking that High Button toque. If you want one of those, go to highbuttonsports.ca. Make sure you pick up some merchandise, as the merchandise catalog is only growing here at High Button Sports. And, if your son is playing, getting streamed every week, pick up a toque, pick up a hat, pick up a shirt, pick up a flag, whatever works, and support the brand. As a penalty coming here late for interference with just 43 seconds remaining. And now the Dartmouth crowd getting unruly.
Okay, speaking of the toques, we have multiple colors: orange, red, royal, and navy blue, and black. So one for everybody.
And if you're a construction worker, you can get that construction worker orange in the High Button toque. Hunting. Yeah, there you go. Either or. You're going to be bright as can be out there in the sticks, I guess.
At the end of the day, you buy merch and stuff, and it really does help us be able to put a better product, as time goes on here. And clearly everybody understands business around here, but it's nice to see the players wanting to rock, or the fans wanting to rock the clothes and the brand. So it's going to be a fun year here for sure.
Absolutely, and with 28 seconds remaining, we are going to finish this one out. Woodlawn coming into the third period on fire, putting up some quick goals and riding that all the way into the finish here. 6-2 the score is. That one's sent out. And with 10 seconds remaining, who else than Mitchell Doucette to rag the puck in the corner, played off towards the middle. Couldn't grab it. One last chance here for the Spartans. Doucette diving out. He'll take the penalty, but it'll be too late. And that'll do it. 6-2 the score here. Woodlawn with a convincing victory here. Oh, and a couple extra points after, and a couple waves, and that's that rivalry coming in late. You can't turn the rivalry back as you can't turn the rivalry off as Clark Black heads off to the other side. And that should just about do it for us here on High Button Sports. We appreciate you tuning in to our game of the week here on the High Button main channel. Woodlawn going at it. We'll be back as soon as they have another home game here in a few weeks, I believe. We'll be back at it on RBC Pad C. Until then, my name's Jeff Warburton, joined by Matthew Douladay. We appreciate you tuning in, and we will see